Harry Potter: The 10 Best Memes About J.K. Rowling's Canon, to say the least. The audiobooks ended years ago, but between movies, plays, and Rowling's extremely controversial and often bizarre Twitter account, the Potterverse has been kept very much alive. When the books ended her spouting of odd canon facts has at least inspired memes of a hilarious nature, with many fans turning to poke fun at her retroactive adding of canon information. Maybe it's a coping. Click the button below to start this article and quick view. Nobody. J.K. Rowling. Harry Potter and Kylo Ren once had a fervent debate about who the strongest Dark Lord was, Voldemort or Darth Vader. Seems bizarre, and very hyperbolic. J.K. Rowling isn't making, and it's made even funnier by the fact, and we're in a movie together. That height difference. No one. J.K. Rowling. Dumbledore had a wizard profile, which is the wizard version of Grindr. Grindr is a social network geared towards the LGBTQ+ community, and it has a reputation for revolving around hookup culture. One of No one. J.K. Rowling coming to tell people her characters are gay with zero mention of it in the books/movies. But there's a bigger problem than just unnecessary detail. Rowling did not mention Dumbledore was gay in the books. Okay, it's not representation when you just yell about it on Twitter. Rowling. No one. J.K. Rowling. Hagrid wasn't really a giant. Every other character, not every detail she adds is about sexuality, though. There have also been, obviously, she never actually said this about, but this is another tweet that could actually be legit. She just loves to. Nobody. J.K. Rowling about reveal something no one asked for. This video is hilarious, because it's kind of how we picture her. It is weird too that she tends to blurt out these ideas on Twitter, confirming things all over the place, rather than in interviews. Interviews with J.K. well, at least we can. Nobody. J.K. Rowling. You know what else was 9 3/4? Another reason these memes are coming thick and fast is because a lot of the details she reveals are NSFW. There's the story of, so, no doubt this tweet is a reference to the more NSFW side of her random canon add-ons. There's a joke here that's like you either die with no one knowing about your OCS or you live long enough to tweet like J.K. Rowling. There's a big debate in fandoms when it comes to the author talking about things that aren't mentioned in the source material. Some fans think Harry Potter fans used to disagree, but after some controversial Pottermore content and now all the tweets. Wednesday. Actually, J.K. Rowling trying to stop herself from publishing another made-up fact. She doesn't try to stop herself, though. One of the main problems with J.K. Rowling is that it's nice to strive for diversity, but trying to retroactively change an already written series just seems lazy. Write a new. Nobody. J.K. Rowling. Dumbledore had a premium snap. Another funny NSFW hinting one. At least we're getting. For those who don't know what a premium snap is, it's when someone creates a Snapchat and makes people pay to friend them. The Snapchat another horrifying detail that seems as if it could truly have come from J.K. Rowling. Nobody. J.K. Rowling. Professor McGonagall has been in a strictly monogamous relationship with Filch's cat for the last 10 years. And finally, to round it all off, another jab at the fact that J.K. Rowling makes things. Some fans do think this is unfair. Some truly believe. Will she? Probably not. Subscribe for the hottest movie, TV, and gaming news. Asterisk. I agree to let Screen Rant send me emails.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.